What's up, Marvel United family? Welcome to the channel. Servant Zero here, aka Mr. Perry, and today we'll be showcasing and reviewing Carnage from Marvel United Stretch Gold Box Season 1. Let's go! Alright family, let's check out Carnage's cards here. His villain dashboard, he comes with no special setups. Alright, Carnage will have a health of 11 when fighting against 4 heroes, a health of 8 when fighting against 3 heroes, a health of 5 when fighting against 2 heroes. His special rules: whenever a hero is KO'd, increase the spawn track by 1. His BAM: deal 1 damage to each hero in Carnage's location, then place 1 crisis token above each civilian there. His Overflow: if 1 or more civilian or thug token can't be added to a location, discard all civilians with a crisis token from the location with the most, the first clockwise. In case of a tie, for each civilian with a crisis token that is discarded, increase the spawn track by 1. And his villainous plot is spawn track. When this spawn track reaches 10, heroes lose. All right, guys, so it's a race against time. All right, let's check out the rest of his cards here. As a 0 and a BAM, a move of 1, and he puts out some civilians. A move of 3, and he puts out some civilians. With Carnage, you don't have to worry about the trigger effect here. He doesn't have any trigger effects on his threat card, so just play him normal. He'll move 5 and put out some thugs and civilians. A move and one move and a BAM and some thugs. 2 move, BAM and some thugs. 2 move, BAM and some civilians. 4 move, BAM and some thugs. And Carnage has 4 special effect cards. They are all the same. And this special effect is Spawn of Evil. Move clockwise to the next location with the most civilians. You will BAM there. Add 1 civilian to every location. All right, and again, he has 4 of these. Let's see his threats. All right, Carnage's offspring. They will activate on a BAM, and they have a health of 4. Place 1 crisis token above 1 civilian in this location if present. Add 1 civilian to this location. Then deal 1 damage to each hero here. And he has 3 of these. All right. His next one is Symbiote Ambush. Each civilian in this location requires 1 extra heroic action to be rescued. It's going to take 3 heroic actions to get rid of these cards. And he has 3 of them. All right, guys. Old Carnage causing some fear and panic here. Let's see how they work. All right, family, let's check out Carnage's cards here and his special rules and abilities and see how they work. All right, again, his special rule: whenever a hero is KO'd, increase the spawn track by 1. So, gonna use old Miss Marvel here. If Miss Marvel is KO'd, he knocked her out. Remember, the fear track, let's see if I can balance this guy. Okay, we will move the fear tracker by 1. And that's every time. Every time a hero goes down, we will increase the spawn track. I'm sorry, guys, the spawn track by 1. I'm thinking about old Red Skull. Okay, so every time a hero is down, the spawn track will move 1. All right. Let's check out his BAM. Deal 1 damage to each hero in Carnage's location, then place 1 crisis token above each civilian there. Okay, so acting on a BAM, Carnage would deal 1 damage to Miss Marvel, so she would lose a card, of course. And then he would take a crisis token and place it 1 crisis token above each civilian. So you will have a crisis token that will go over these 2 civilians as such. Now, let's see what else his BAM does when activating on a BAM. So he pulled a card, and you will move clockwise to the next location with the most civilians. So let's say he moved here. Let's say he was here, and he moved here. And so on his BAM, he would put the crisis token over the civilians. And then, Spawn of Evil, he would add 1 civilian to every location. So, again, he would add a civilian here, here. He would go around the board. And then, when he got here, as you guys can see, it's going to cause a overflow, all right? And so with the overflow, if 1 or more civilian, right here, if 1 or more civilian or thug token can't be added to the location, discard all civilian tokens with crisis tokens from the location. The most starting clockwise first in case of a tie. For each civilian discarded that way, increase the spawn tracker by 1. So, because he wasn't able to add this civilian to the location because it caused a overflow, you would discard these 2 civilians, all right? We're just gonna say that these guys had the most. Don't look at these guys, don't look at these guys. Just for example, don't look at here, don't look at here. He would discard these guys, and you would move your fear tracker up again 2, because you had to get rid of 2 civilians. So let's say there was crisis tokens on these guys here, and you move the clockwise to the most, because they would have the most. Don't look at this one, don't look at this one, guys, don't look at that one. All right, so then you would move your fear tracker 3. So if it was here already, well, we'll just start at 0. You'll move it 3 because you had to get rid of these 3 civilians with the crisis token. All right, now continuing the BAM effect, let's look at what's on the board. His offspring here. So Carnage's offspring, they activate on a BAM. They would place 1 crisis token over a civilian in the location if present, and add a civilian to the location. Then deal 1 damage to each hero there. So, in this location, you have your civilians. They would add crisis token, all right, to 1. And again, it says to add a civilian to this location. Well, it would cause an overflow. So again, the overflow would activate again. It would activate again. And so again, you guys would have to discard. You have to discard this civilian, which then would make your spawn track move again. So you guys can see just how crazy and how fast, if you're not careful, this spawn track can move. It is crazy how quick you can find yourself losing these games. Even though it's simple, even though it's fun, the villains are really being villains. So he has 3 of these offspring on the board, guys. So be careful. All right, let's check out his next one. It's gonna be Symbiote Ambush. Each civilian in this location requires 1 extra crisis token. Oh my gosh. Heroic action token to be rescued. And it's gonna take 3 to remove these cards here. So, me being me, y'all civilians, y'all gonna have to wait a while. I'd rather put my heroic actions on these guys to just get rid of the card completely versus spending 2 of them to remove 1, civilian. So as long as it's not a threat, because again, with Carnage, as you can see, this guy and his offspring, they're putting out civilians like crazy. So depending on how close the overflow is going to happen, I would wait and just try to get rid of the cards straight up versus trying to spend my heroic actions to save 1 civilian. So again, that being Carnage, guys, remember his villainous plot. If that spawn tracker gets to 10, it's over. And as you guys can see, Carnage and his offspring, they're cranking out the civilians and they're trying to cause overflow like crazy. So again, another great little villain to fight against. Keeps you on your toes, keep you working as a team to get these guys knocked out and get them out of there. Again, if you guys like what I'm doing, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, stay safe out there and be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.